Today, the collective kitchen of the New Commons Carina building in Sant Montjuïc, in the city center of Barcelona, has just opened. After some hours, we've already seen some neighbors that have had a collective lunch with other nearby residents. This building was inaugurated in 1900 as a bullfighting arena. When this practice was no longer taking place here, it became a concert hall in 1977. In 2011, under the age of financialized capitalism, it became a shopping mall. It was not until today that the citizens have finally accessed this big building for their own self-managed use, with all the new collective spaces that are opening to reinforce the redistribution of the care income policies package. The communal garden has been running for 3 days already, and today the first self-grown tomato was cooked and eaten by the neighbors. We're gonna try to find some neighbor that has had lunch in the arena Carina today. ¿Has comido aquí hoy?
Sí, he comido aquí.
Oh, and how was the experience? ¿Cómo ha sido la experiencia?
Ha sido muy buena, la verdad. Muy recomendable. He conocido a una vecina aquí de mi bloque y hemos cocinado calzots juntos. Muy, muy buenos.
¿Y has probado los tomates?
Sí, los tomates especialmente muy buenos. Muy, muy buenos.
Gracias.
De nada.
We face multiple ecological, economic and political crises, but at the intersection stands the crisis of care. In the following, we start by showing the historical background of the Wages for Housework campaign, leading to the contemporary proposal for a care income, explaining how it differs from a universal basic income.
Developing on this, we map out a universal care income package based on the Triple R strategy, which means redefining, redistributing and revalorizing care work. What do we mean when we talk about housework and care work?
Housework refers to the unpaid work performed inside the house, cooking and cleaning, but also emotional and care work towards children or the elderly. It is largely congruent to what is called reproductive work by Marxist scholars. In Marxian terms, reproductive unwaged female work stands opposed to productive waged male work. Our definition of care work includes social reproductive work, and beyond that, all the work that is necessary for the maintenance of human life. In broadening the concept of care work, we break the dualistic split between reproductive work. Thereby, we don't depoliticize the concept, but rather recalibrate its value, putting care at the center. The current European debate about a care income has its historical roots in the 1970s of Europe and North America. Feminist discourse had hitherto been marked by the liberal feminist narrative that incorporating women into the workforce would lead them to have an equal stay in society. Silvia Federici, on the other hand, created the famous Wages for Housework campaign. The idea was not simply to remunerate housework monetarily, but also to reduce working hours outside the house. The aim was to visibilize housework and abolish the hierarchy created through waging work outside the house and naturalizing and downgrading work inside the house as labor of love. This would also finally abolish the reality that housework was something done mostly by women. Angela Davis, in her book Woman, Race and Class, published in 1981, already heavily criticized the proposal of wages for housework. She argued wages for housework would commodify yet another sphere of life and would not get the miserable housework out of its gendered, class and race dynamics. Looking at the intersections of gender, class and race, a more nuanced picture emerged. Wages for housework already existed, mostly for lower class or immigrant women that perform housework for other households, enslaved or precariously paid. To prevent housework being shifted down the lines of domination principles, she argues that housework needs to be transformed into communalized and shared work.